Hello, I'm with Stewart Matthews, European champion 1979 and 1980 world champion. Hi, Stewart.
Hi.
Thank you to grant us this interview for our website. It's an honor for us to interview one of the most spectacular and dominating trampolinists of all times.
Well, thanks very much indeed. That's a great compliment. Thank you.
So, could you tell us more on the circumstances surrounding your beginning at trampolining?
Oh, well, it was a long time ago, and I used to play football and rugby at school, and one day it was bad weather, and my next door neighbour, she said, let's go to the gym and do some trampolining. So I thought that was a good idea. So I went to the gym, and there was a trampoline there, and I got on the trampoline, and it was great fun. And it just went from there, really. And I went the next week again and again and again. Yeah, and I just started trampolining. And then somebody saw me and said, okay, this guy could maybe be good. So he took me on, and I started doing trampoline on a regular basis. But really, it was luck. I started trampolining because the weather in England was bad, like a lot of the times, you know.
Yeah. Okay. For the second question and the rest, if you may include, okay?
Yeah.
Because question 2.
Yes. You can ask the question, or should I just?
You include them.
Okay.
You include it.
Yeah. In my opinion, the qualities that I had. Well, I think I was talented. That was one of the main things, and I was able to use my talent and hard work. I wanted to be a good trampolinist, you know. And the surroundings were good. I had a good coach. I was talented. I could work hard, and I could also see myself doing big things. And I think that was one of the main qualities that I had. You know.
Yeah, justement. Yeah, your amplitude.
Amplitude.
Yes, you are.
Well, yeah, I think that was technique. You know, the trampolines are different nowadays, but I was strong, and I was compact, and I could wait in the trampoline a long time, and the technique was good, and then I could really get great power, and I think that's the reason why I was one of the highest jumpers in trampolining at that time. Well, yeah. Model. My idol was obviously Paul Luxon, himself, 1972 world champion. Because before then it was the Americans, and then obviously Richard Tisson. You know, because after Paul it was Richard, and I was fortunate enough to be able to train with Richard and always look up and see this guy, and that made me even more motivated.
Great. Yeah. 1978 World Championships.
That was in Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just behind Yannis.
Yeah, 1978. That was World Championships in Australia, and it was a funny competition. Obviously, Evgeny Yannis, he was the number one, and after the European Championships the year before, I was the number two, and but he was still the guy to beat. And we had to use Australian string beds, and that we wasn't used to them from Europe. But I think at the end of the day, he was the best man, and I just did what I could do at that time. But he was better, you know, and that's what it's all about today.
Michael.
Yeah. Okay.
In France.
Yeah, 1979. Just mentioned that in France. For me, a great competition. A great competition because that was the big breakthrough. The big breakthrough when I was able to beat Yannis for the first time at an international competition, I had some back problems going into the competition. I had to have some medication, and I was taped. But I felt good, and I just had a great day. And at the end, it was enough. It was enough to win, and then from there, just took off dynamically after that.
10 years after Paul.
Sorry?
Yeah.
10
years after Paul.
Yes, 10. That's correct. Yeah, that's 10 years ago. Yeah.
69 and 71.
Yeah.
Oh, oui.
Okay, the big one, the World Championships in Brig. That's unforgettable for me. There was also a strange competition. I arrived in Brig, the first training. I was jumping incredibly high. Everybody kept saying, "Wow, you're jumping so high, and I just felt so comfortable. And to be really honest, I had the feeling there was no way that I was going to miss anything of this competition, and I was so confident, and I knew that this was going to be my day. And I just got out there, and I was so focused, and I just did it at the end of the day. The only unfortunate thing was that the Russians weren't there. It would have been even better to have won the competition with the presence of the Russians, but the political system or the political situation didn't allow that, which was unfortunate. But I said in a BBC interview after the competition, the way I felt today, nobody would have beaten me. And I still think that today.
Wonderful. Yes, the Russian team was not didn't take part at that.
No, they didn't. No,
Yeah.
that was unfortunate.
I saw the movie. Yeah, after 1980.
Yeah, after the World Championships, I fell in a bit of a hole. Where do I go from here now? I was training twice a day, preparation 2 years for the World Championships in Brig. And the big question, where do I go from here? And I must admit, I did fall into a bit of a hole. Am I motivated? Yes, I think so. Do I want to? I don't know. But then I got an opportunity to go to Germany to work as a professional trampoline coach. And this was an amazing opportunity for me, because at that time there was only a few people in the world that were professional coaches. There was Michel Rouget in France, Heinz-Peter Michels in Germany, and that was it basically. Paul Luxon in Germany, Ute Luxon, and I thought, well, let's take the opportunity and try something new. So I knew that when I did that, it wouldn't be possible for me then to compete in the World Championships 1982. Although at that time, Carl Farrer, my synchrone partner from the World Championship 1980, we won the title. It was his year as well, because he was my training partner for so many years, and we had so much success together. So it was a time for him to get on top as well. But that wasn't the reason for not carrying on. It was the reason was to take the opportunity to get into coaching. Hi. Take it later, Adrian. Yeah, you go. Sorry.
Osaka?
Osaka.
1984.
Yeah, well, like I said, after going to Germany, professional coach, I never stopped training. And I had the feeling that I'd still something to offer for the trampoline sport. And I was in good shape, I was in good condition, and I felt pretty confident that I could do well at the World Championships. It wasn't a case of I had to win. That wasn't the case. I just thought I wanted to give the sport something, and I felt that I had something to give in performance. So I decided to get back in and prepare myself again for the World Championships, which I did. And unfortunately, it didn't go the way that I planned. But that's sport. That is sport, and it just goes to show that you have to do sport on a regular basis. You have to do competition on a regular basis, and then you're even better prepared than if you have a break and you think you can still do the things you want to do, which is the right attitude. But you do need competition practice. That was most probably the reason why it didn't quite work out the way I hoped it to be.
Only Moskalenko can come back very well.
Sorry, once again?
Only Moskalenko can.
Yeah, well, Moskalenko, he's an absolute genius in his own right, you know, and he dominated trampolining for the last 10 years, you know, and he was able to do that, and he was able to do his best when it meant to do his best, and that's great.
The reason that you...
Well, the reason I retired was after Osaka. I realised that I couldn't be a professional coach, train the way I needed to train, and be a high quality performer. So I decided to do one last competition, and that was the Flower Cup in Holland, and that was the only competition at that in our trampolining structure at that time that I hadn't won. So I thought it'd be a nice idea to try and win the competition, and then say, okay, I've won everything in trampolining that could be won, and then it's time for me to go, which was fortunately possible. And I went to Holland, I won the competition, and then I said, okay, that's it, I'm finished. But I've stayed as a coach.
Your activities since you retired?
Well, since I've retired, I was a professional coach in Germany up until 1992. I started playing squash, and now I'm playing league squash in Germany, which is fun. But now I'm a physiotherapist, so I try and help people with injuries and other things as we do in our profession. And I just like to look back with nice memories of the trampolining years.
Yeah. And Lionel.
Well, what can you say about Richard Tisson and Lionel Pierlin? Both the guys I know very well. We used to train together. We used to train in the summer together, 6 weeks, 8 weeks in south of France. We spent Christmas and New Year together, skiing. We had a very, very good relationship. Like I said, Richard Tisson, he was one of my idols, looked up to when I was working before 1978, 79, 80. And he was a special person. He had a special technique, a special flair about his work, and that makes a trampolinist special. And Lionel was similar, and he always tried to be a bit of perfection. But you've got to do that in our sport, otherwise you're not going to go far. And I was very happy for Lionel that in 1984 in Osaka that he won the World Championship, because he was always a little bit unlucky in big competitions, but he proved that he could really do the business. And I think that was a big breakthrough for Lionel. And then, of course, he won it 2 years later, which only was another big step for him in his trampoline career. Fantastic. Yeah, well, I've said a few things about Carl. He's my training partner for so many years. We grew up together. We started trampoline together. We still got great contact. And we pushed each other. He went a bit forward, I went a bit forward. He went a bit forward, I went a bit forward. We was always doing our thing together. We was preparing together. And it was always the thing, we want to win the synchro title together. And one of us want to be number one and number two. And in 80 it was me. In 82 it was Carl. So just a perfect combination. But we don't have to forget that it's just not Carl Farrer or Stewart Matthews. John Beer, our coach. Jack Kelly, the guy that started us trampolining. If it wasn't for those guys, then I wouldn't be here today anyway.
Super. The recent evolution?
Well, trampolining has gone ballistic. It's gone so far forward in the last few years. And we're seeing it today in 2005 here in Eindhoven. There's some spectacular trampolining going around. The guys are jumping very, very high. They're doing great stuff. And it's for the sport, it's fantastic. And obviously with the Olympic status that we've got in our sport, it can only get better. It can only get better, and that's great. I think that's really good, and it's the right direction that our sport should be going in.
2004 Olympics.
Well, the 2004 Olympics. It was one thing to say. It's great that we're in the Olympics family, and it's the highest achievement of any sports person, any athlete, to be a part of the Olympics, to win a medal at the Olympics. Unfortunately, I wasn't there. I watched it on TV. I was impressed. It would be nice to get more athletes at the Olympics. Moskalenko, it was a shame that he didn't win his second title, but I think at the end of the day he would also acknowledge that he was good, but just a little bit under par, and that's the way it goes today. Who's the greatest trampolinist of all times? That's a difficult question. There's been so many great trampolinists. I think you can only say in certain generations there's great trampolinists. To pick one person out and say that is the trampolinist of all times, I don't think I'm qualified enough to say that. But I've mentioned some names: Paul Luxon, Richard Tisson, Lionel Pierlin, and even Alexander Moskalenko. This guy is amazing, and there's going to be world champions to come, and maybe in 10 years' time they're going to be maybe one of the greatest trampolinists of all time. So I think you've got to look at generations, and in a generation there's always one or two very, very spectacular, maybe use the word greatest trampolinists of all time, but to say one person, very, very difficult, and I don't think I'd like to say that at the moment. Wait and see.
5 minutes. Okay.
It's okay?
Oh, it's okay. A very great interview. Yeah. 40th anniversary of this year is the 40th anniversary of the French trampoline.
Yes.
So, could you wish and some words?
Well, Hi France. Yeah, okay. All my old friends in France: Michel, Pierre, Bernhard. Hi. Wish you a very, very happy 40th birthday. You've done some great work, and you've done some, magnificent work for trampolining. You've brought on 2 world champions, fantastic performers. Just keep it going for another 40 years. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Stewart, and take care.
Okay, thank you very much, and hope everybody has fun at watching the website. Great stuff. Love it. Thank you. Thanks.
Great.
No problem.
Oh là là. Present for you, a little DVD about the 2005 Levallois World Cup.
Okay.
In June.
Oh,
and,
thank you very much indeed.
If you want, we have the DVD of the 40th anniversary.
Yes.
But it's only in French.
Okay.
But in the future, we will translate it in. So.
Okay. Thank you very, very much indeed. This is fantastic. Thank you. I love watching these things. It brings back memories, and just keep it up. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. Thank you for doing it.
Do you have an email for us?
No,
no email. Okay. Because
my wife has an email.
I will send you.
But when I got one, I've got your information. I can send you my email address when we got one. Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, hope it was good.
Great. It's a very a big step in the story of our website.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
After Lionel, Rachel.
Yeah.
You. Maybe Carl
by
email.
Most definitely. Carl's got email. Yes.
We have contact.
Yes.
And after maybe Crash no Shapka. We hope. But we have a contact with Gilles Bartowski.
Yes.
Yes, because Gennady Chernov is member of our website.
Okay.
He's now coach in Texas.
Yes.
And he very likes our website and give me contact with Igor.
Okay.
And Moskalenko, but he was not here
yesterday.
Rabbit. Thank you.
Then we're going to watch some trampolining now, the finals, and then
when we will translate it, we will put them online on YouTube.